everybody, I'm Tommy Lee and this is Northern ADV. Thanks for joining me today. Today I'd like to talk about the Origine Venator All-Season helmet. I've been riding with the Venator for over a year now. I've worn it for over 20,000 kilometers on my V-Strom, including a trip from Ontario to the Yukon and back. And I've worn it for about 1,500 kilometers on my snowmobile this past winter. I've worn it on hot highway rides, on backcountry trail riding, on minus 25-degree ice fishing tours, and everything in between, you name it. You can certainly say I've put it through its paces. The first thing that caught my eye with the Venator is the incredible styling. Now, styling's in the eye of the beholder, don't get me wrong, but you've got to kind of like the subtle tree branch camo over the flat white base. I thought it was pretty cool. The visor also gives it a bit of an aggressive off-road look. It's just a real nice looking helmet. Let's start with the visor. So this visor has an adjuster, little adjuster nut on top that allows you to slide it forward or back, which more or less changes the angle of the visor, which provides you more or less sunshade without really affecting your field of vision. Unless maybe you're trying to bird watch or look at airplanes while you're riding, but in any case it works pretty well. The visor's wide open at the back, which helps to minimize any extra buffeting from the wind going over the top of the helmet. Now, I've also tried riding with the visor off, which you can do. It's easy to take off. It didn't really make a huge difference with the buffeting, so I just leave it on. It does really help with the sun, and any wind noise doesn't seem to really bother me that much on this helmet. So, along with the visor, the Venator also features an integrated sunshade that flips down with this little side slider. So you can see it coming up and down here. It's pretty slick, works pretty good. Now, if you don't use the shade that often, the switch that's right down here on the bottom is kind of small. It can be tough to locate with gloved hands, and even tougher with thicker snowmobile gloves or mitts. If you use it all the time, it's not a problem. The main visor is a double layer visor that really helps to minimize any fogging. On some previous helmets that I've had to keep the visor open a crack on the bottom in certain conditions to help prevent fogging. But this one's been great. You can get a heated visor for it. You can buy the Venator with a heated visor, but I haven't really found the need for one, so I leave it the way it is. The ventilation seems very adequate. You've got two top vents up here that are just tucked in underneath the visor. I leave those closed all winter, but they do provide cooling in the summer. There's also two chin vents down here. Now, my GoPro mount on the chin of the helmet partially blocks the chin vents, but it doesn't seem to have much of a negative impact. Now, if you were riding down in the southern states, for one, you probably aren't looking for an all-season helmet. I'll give you that. And for two, you're probably going to want all the ventilation that your helmet can provide. This wouldn't be the helmet for you. But for, for up here in Canada, for most parts of the States, it's definitely one to consider. I had used a chin mount with little straps, but it prevented the visor from closing 100%, which sort of messed with my mic a little bit. So I switched to this new mount that works great with this helmet. The inside of the helmet is very comfortable with a soft, supportive, and fully removable liner. It even has little pockets to easily mount communication system speakers. The inner liner also just snaps in and out and makes it really easy to do a nice clean install of a mic and speakers. I've got a system installed in mine and there's no wires anywhere in here, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what you call this little breather cone. Maybe it's a breather cone. But anyway, I use it all winter and it did a great job keeping my breath away from my visor. It attaches with Velcro, so it can be installed or removed in a second or two. Kind of neat. The Venator also features a quick release buckle, which for me is a must-have feature when I'm choosing a helmet. It's so nice and easy to use compared to messing with the classic double D-ring helmet strap. Some new helmets still have the D-ring. I don't know why anyone would want that. You can, open and close this quick release with gloves on. It's fantastic. Pretty slick. The downside, every helmet has one. Now, the rubber seal around the visor opening started to come off almost right away. and I had to re-glue it. Hasn't come off since. I bought a little bottle of Gorilla Glue that's got a little kind of a needle point on it that did a real nice job, real clean job of sealing that back up. The helmet is of an aggressive style, so there are certainly other helmets out there that are quieter if that's a concern for you. In Canada, this helmet is available from our main hardware department tire store. Now, if you're a Canadian, you know which store I'm talking about, but you may not find the expertise or customer service that you might expect if buying a helmet from your local bike shop. Now, presuming everybody at your bike shop is an expert, they should probably know a thing or two about helmets as well. Everybody at a department store, they know a little bit about everything. So in fairness, they're not likely going to be a helmet expert. I had to go to 3 different store locations before I found a Venator that would fit my extra large melon. All in all, at a price point of around $200 to $220 Canadian, or about $150, $160 US, I found the Origine Venator to be of exceptional value and functionality. And for that, the Venator gets 2 thumbs up as an all-season adventure bike snowmobile helmet. As always, keep your stick on the ice, keep the rubber side down, and you will have a great day. Thanks for watching.